I don't want to be involved in that. Step back. Let the final boss step back into the shadows. Let all the spotlight go to John. Let it go to Cody. Let's not make it about Cody's soul eventually or John's soul. No, let's let them do what they do. And I called John after Elimination Chamber, spoke to him, called Cody, and I said, I think the final boss's work is done.
I was originally going to do a post-WrestleMania review episode, but because the event was so bad, I had no energy to cover it. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? And that is The Rock. Many of us know WrestleMania 41 was one of the worst ever. What's even more worse was that The Rock being AWOL for much of this event and not being present as the main piece behind one of the biggest storylines leading up to the event, that is in relation to John Cena and Cody Rhodes, in which John Cena flipped the switch and sold his soul to The Rock turning heel at Elimination Chamber a month prior. After this, many of us were hoping to see The Rock appear on WWE TV at least a few times before WrestleMania, after Elimination Chamber, explaining why he chose John Cena to be with him. But like usual, typical Hollywood fashion, like himself right now, he decided to dip because he had a so-called busy schedule. Yet, The Rock decided to hop on the Pat McAfee Show days after WrestleMania, explaining his absence. And to me, that is a poor excuse for not showing up. Many sources stated that The Rock was in Hawaii, as most of us can't tell if that's true or it isn't. Of course, he's part of the WWE Board of Directors and he has for quite some time now, but I believe if you get involved in the storyline that you help orchestrate into setting the tone for the way a feud would be, especially leading up to the grandest stage of them all, that person, that is The Rock, should literally be there throughout the entire stretch, as a person's presence in pro wrestling setting, and especially in feuds, keeps the fans invested on what happens next. Not drop out for a huge chunk of time and then decide that the person, yourself, will not get involved in this feud, but you started it. It makes zero sense for The Rock to be this absent for a long period of time for something he started, and then hop on a platform days after explaining why he wasn't on WWE TV in regard to the Cena and Rhodes feud. How ridiculous. What was the point of returning to the WWE if you're just going to dip in the middle of a feud that you started it? I don't get it. Rock would then tell Pat McAfee that he knew what the finishes were for both nights at WrestleMania in Las Vegas. Basically for both nights respectively. Other than Triple H, who's been in position of power for quite some time, The Rock was also responsible for booking as well? Is that one of the reasons why he was a no-show at WrestleMania? If it is, then I think that this is one of the most dumbest excuses ever to miss WrestleMania, when everyone, including Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, really expected you to show up simply because you played an integral part on the reason why John Cena is who he is right now. And all of us would want to answer from the final boss himself. Hey, Rock. What's funny that last year you showed up much for your cousin last year than you did for John Cena this year. It's funny that The Rock chose John Cena, as the last time I checked, both of these guys hated each other. And in conclusion, I'm just going to say this. After almost 2 months since the majority of the WWE has seen The Rock since Elimination Chamber, along with Cena selling his soul to the final boss, for this entire stretch of a feud between Cena and Cody Rhodes, the build-up was there, but the execution was not there because The Rock was a no-show for much of this time, only for him to turn to Pat McAfee explaining his absence, in which left a lot of fans, viewers, and other sports-related podcasts and radio shows scratching their heads. I believe The Rock literally made his absence worse by just doing something like this, and that's horrible on his part. WrestleMania 41 was one of the worst WrestleManias ever produced by the WWE, simply because of The Rock's absence and confessing to McAfee about the booking. Honestly, I don't think WrestleMania should be 2 nights anymore. And I believe the biggest reason why WWE is on a turnstile right now because we got so many part-timer Hall of Famers coming in and out of the damn business every year. Especially around WrestleMania, when most of us to care less about some of these Hall of Famers, honestly. Unless you're Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Undertaker at that. Who cares? The John Cena Cody Rhodes feud was poorly written. WrestleMania 41 was poorly written. The entire event was poorly written. And they should not do an event in Las Vegas ever again because the crowd really sucked for the most part. They had a few pops, but the crowd sucked for the most part. What's even bad enough is that WrestleMania was so late this year that it felt like it really wasn't highly anticipated no way because it felt like it was just too far away. In which it was because WrestleMania usually happens in early April, not at late April. So many people were already checked out by the time Easter got here, when WrestleMania was on Easter weekend. This is another edition of the Eli Speed Sportscast. Let me know what you guys think. The Rock, you bald fraud. You are a poor excuse as a member of the board of directors. How are you going to show up at Elimination Chamber in March, have John Cena sell his soul to you, and then miss much of March and much of April in WrestleMania? Make it make sense, Rock. Make it make sense, because none of it makes no sense. Let me know what you guys think. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. The Rock, you keep telling people to know their role and shut their mouths. How about do us a favor? Know your damn role and you shut your damn mouth. Know your role and get the hell out of the WWE. Nobody asked you to come back. Let me know what you guys think about this, and I'll see you on the next one. WrestleMania was so bad this year. I feel bad for whoever paid to go to that damn event in Las Vegas.